G'day, ladies and hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody else. Okay, here we are. Hello, spaced out Anthony. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you? I've been waiting to get some messages from you, and
I've been crazy, nutty. We sort of like settled down a little bit. We'll talk off camera a little bit later. There's no one watching anyway. It's been a crazy, nutty, adventurous trip since I've landed in United States. If it hasn't been one thing, it's been something different.
mm-hmm.
Where it's like every step you make, you run into a brick wall. But I'm getting on top of it. And I think, as I say, things happen for a reason. And in the long term, I think it's working out well.
Okay.
Now, I haven't been able to get a rental car because the rental car company done a mix-up. We were running a little bit late, and they cancelled my reservation. And when I went to rent out a car again, have you got any spare ones? No, not really, but we could give you one. Give me my Visa debit card, and they say, we need your social security number.
One problem, I don't have one.
I don't have one. I'm not from here. I've been renting here for the last 15 odd years, and that doesn't matter. We need to do a credit check, and you need an American social security number.
What is the longest you ever stayed in America?
6 months.
Okay, then you should have been given and this is where they don't understand it, but when the last time you lived in the United States or stayed here, you would have been given anything over, I think it's 3 months, you would have been given basically a not resident alien, but you would have been given some kind of a number, an ID number, and that you can use that in place of Social Security.
When that happened, we didn't have that. We were basically went to the southern border. G'day, Tammy and Ray. Haven't seen you guys in a long time.
Hi,
Kiwi Dave. Kiwi Dave, how are you? There's some of the others. I don't know how many are going to make it because there are a fair few people here in Amherst.
No. All right. Well, let's go back to this. How did you? Because I need before we forget it and move on.
Yeah.
You lived in the United States for 6 months.
Okay. Yeah, but now, what we've done is we went in the Mexican border.
Come for a 6-month vacation. If you stay more than 90 days, you go into a different classification.
Yeah.
And because you own property in the United States, you should have had a foreign, I forget exactly what it's called, but it's like a FIN, a foreign identification number. And you should have had one of those for tax records and anything else for the property you own in the United States.
Yeah, that still does not count as a
it should count. It should have been accepted as a Social Security number because it's basically the same thing as a Social Security number. It's official government recognition that you are here and blah blah blah.
But I spoke with the bank, with my bank. Oh, g'day, Randall. How are you?
Hey, Randall.
I'm not doing good. What's wrong, Dave?
Because he's doing good.
Oh, he's doing good. I thought, sorry, it's the glasses. I've got the wrong glasses on.
But either way, they didn't know about it. They didn't fix it. Your bank wouldn't know either, or however. Yeah.
The bank said no, that's not recognized as a social security number. That's the American bank here. But anyway, decided to catch a train up. And by the way the weather forecast is starting from tomorrow, it's going to snow. So my next trip of the journey is going to be coming over by train from Boston. So I'm going from Boston to Cleveland, and then from Cleveland to you, I'll work out the train somehow, which will
Yeah, you'll
work it
just get
out.
here very early in the morning or very late at night.
Probably early in the morning. Unless I show off my legs, I'll probably take for another month to get to your place for that short distance. But apart from that, we arrived up here. I arrived up here on Thursday night, in Springfield, Massachusetts. What an interesting state this has turned out to be. They don't take Australian driver's license as an ID, a proof of age, because they can't scan it.
Don't you have your passport?
They still won't recognise it. I
That's
didn't have it on
they
me.
have to recognize it. They have to take it. That is your international ID. I don't know
I
who's
went-
giving you this information, but it's so full of shit. They have to.
It
If you're a
is.
foreign resident, they can't. They have to take your passport. My passport's replacing
I
my
didn't.
driver's
I
license.
didn't have it on me. I went to buy a couple. G'day, Grandpa Rose. How are you? It was so funny. Even at the end of the day, even Plumber, because Plumber is up here if anyone's interested. It was so hilarious. Here I am trying to buy 2 packets of cigarette. Okay, I know in America they ask for ID, even though you look overage, they still want to look.
Right. I
for
understand
ID.
that. I understand that. But
Now-
that store has to take your passport, and they didn't know that. That's on them. I'm sorry, but I guess if I would have been there, I would have been throwing a bigger shit fit, because you don't
I
have.
had a police officer right next to me. This is the funny thing was, I gave her my driver's license, and that's still a valid government document.
Yes, it is.
She turned around and said, "Oh, there's no barcode on it. I can't scan it. I cannot accept it." And I'm going, "But that's an idea."
Yeah,
Wait,
but see, American driver's license now have barcodes on them for scanning for ID. But your passport has a barcode scan on it.
But I don't carry the passport everywhere on me, That's the thing.
Oh,
I
you
don't carry
don't?
it. No.
Oh, don't you put your license in your passport and carry them. Carry your passport wherever you go. Listen to me now. Wherever you go, have your passport on you. It will save you so many hassles. I know a lot of people say, no, I don't want to take my passport with me because it'll get stolen. No, Joyce and I have our passports everywhere we go, whenever we travel, because 9 times out of 10, as foreigners, we get asked for our passport. They want that. That is the most official document you have.
Now, it gets funnier. Like I'm trying to tell the lady, but this is a legal document. Yeah. G'day to fans, how are you? It's an official, she goes, "Oh, it's an international, it's a Australian heavy vehicle driver's license. You need someone with a license that can be scanned." Oh, hang on. I'll go and call out for Plumber, who's filling up the car. Got him to come in because he's got a scanned license. "Oh, no, I can't sell it to him because he's buying it for you." And I go, "What the hell?" And there's a cop looking at it. Goes,
You got some people that apparently live in the 1840s or something. Then again, they wouldn't have cared about selling cigarettes to anybody.
but this is a lady, and she's like, "It's my policy." And I'm going, "Officer, it's like, this is crap." And he goes, "Let me have a look." And I'm going to show him my license. And he goes, "It's a legal license. What's the problem?" "Oh, they can't scan it." And he asked the lady behind the counter, "I can't take it because it can't be scanned." And he goes, "But I can accept this as an ID. It's equivalent to your CDL license." And you know what he turned around and said? "It's their policy. This is the reason why I'm leaving Massachusetts." We eventually got over it, but I'm like, man, it seems like Americans are kind of weird if they allow someone to buy something for someone else?
No, that is apparently some crazy woman in Massachusetts. It's not even the whole state of Massachusetts, no matter what the cops say. It's not even America. You just run into some of these stores where they don't know, their little brains have computers, and these are the same people that can't go home and change the time on their VCRs. Okay. And all of a sudden their keyboard system, and all they know is, I have to scan, and your driver's license doesn't have a thing I can scan. And even if she were to scan it, problem is it probably wouldn't come up in their system. Your passport would.
But this is the funny thing. G'day, Al Mar. I haven't seen you in a long time. You got to watch out for this guy, Al Mar.
They're just. When I hear people doing that, part of it's like, I'll teach this foreigner a lesson, you know, and they're some stupid little mind, and they're like, I can only do it this way. There's only one way to do it. And they don't even understand there's multiple ways to do it.
Yeah. Well, down in the other states, like, they looked at the ID and go, yeah, I can accept this. And they had a separate card. They scanned that, and it's like gone, done.
She's not, she's a little old lady. I don't know how old she was. Maybe she's only 25, but
she's about, her brain cells not connected. She was about our age. Okay. She was about our age. That's how crazy.
Oh, she was a little old lady.
Yeah, who you calling old? That's like calling Joyce old. Come on.
Joyce is old. She just doesn't look it.
Hopefully Joyce ain't listening.
She probably is.
Yeah, okay.
She's old.
Now, yeah, but it's been interesting. Yeah,
yes, it has. Because the one thing I never got a chance, because we haven't talked, other than when we sorted out somebody. You mentioned you couldn't get into your hotel in Los Angeles because of a protest.
Oh man, that was another thing.
Hey, Terry's Trains and Steve 87.
G'day, Terry's Trains down under. How are you, buddy? Don't come over to Massachusetts, I'll tell you what. Oh, of course, I'm very restricted with communicating everybody, you know. I'm still trying to connect I've got a SIM card, and I've been trying to activate it, but I'm stuck with Wi-Fi. I'm at the airport. There was one chap that I recognise. It was on my flight from Fiji to Australia, to LA. We went to check the baggage. That's a story in itself. They say this way, the Spirit Airline scales have got 4 different weights. But I got through. Call up the hotel, you know, where we pick up how do we get to the hotel? And there was a bit of an issue with one of my banks. Yeah, he's picked up the recent Markland catalogue. Yeah, they're going up a way. Yeah, avoid Massachusetts. That's number one.
I was very tempted to go to Amherst this year. Very tempted. I didn't know what the weather would be like, but Joyce had her surgery on Thursday, and just
hopefully she's doing well.
We weren't going to drive, and flying was expensive, and the train was not awful, but we just don't want to try to.
Well, the train trip up from.
Train was 14 hours.
We'll get to my train trip. We'll get to my train trip. But let's go back to LA. Ring the hotel up. Where do I get the shuttle bus? Because I got airport transfers. Because I went to Spirit to check my bags, and of course you know the details about that. Ring up the hotel. Oh, there's no, you can't. We can't get a shuttle out to you, and don't take the taxi because you can't get to us. Because there's a protest down on near the hotel of some sort. It didn't last long because the cops had already gone up there, and I waited and waited and waited. Okay, all right, ring the hotel up again. Yeah, you can come down now, so get a taxi. LA's changed completely. LAX, oh man, what a...
Careful what you say. Remember, I'll be in LAX in 4 months.
It's a shit show. It's a shit show. Whatever,
you know, Artie, the more you talk about this traveling to Australia, Joyce and I are thinking maybe we won't come.
Look, our system is a lot much easier than what it is here. It's a lot more streamlined. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
but we
we
still have to
got.
go through LA to get to Australia.
Yeah, if you're on LAX, I mean, depending how long you're going to be there for, LA's all right.
3
If
to
you
4
stay on the
hours.
airport,
We're gonna be
hey,
no, we're not leaving the airport. We're in LA Express for 3 hours, and then we catch our flight to Australia.
all right, you'll be right then. Yeah, you'll be right. But I had to spend the night. I went to the hotel. Now, my bank decided, oh, we're going to hold your money. You know, I was restricted with the amount of money funds I can carry. I had enough to pay for the hotel, but I didn't have enough for the bond for that booking. And I go, yeah, all right, well, can't you do something like even just take the bond money? If it's not been damaged, take my card details, explain what's going on. No, no, they're not going to do that. It was nice enough they let me use their Wi-Fi, and I looked up to see if I can find another cheap motel. I found another cheaper motel, probably about 10 minutes away from where we were.
Okay.
They organised me an Uber. Never going to use one of them again in America, I'll tell you that. Picked me up from the motel, the travel I just started from. It looked a bit seedy there, you know. It's like, yeah, I think there was more than just travellers going on there. You had the $5 ladies there, you know. Went to the other motel, headed to another motel, the Uber dropped. G'day, Ron. There's another guy we haven't seen for too long. Only about 2-3 hours ago. My montage. Yeah, I'll get to the Uber guy drops me off according to his address on the GPS. Says it's in one of these buildings here. I'm looking for the sign. It says the Wave Motel. I'm looking for it. Hang on, let me just have a look, get the details. And here's the new couple coming around. They seen that I'm lost. They said hello, and I said hello to them. Dr. Seuss Museum here. And anyway, it's like, oh, that's 7 blocks away. That way. And mind you, we've already started to get that heavy drizzle rain, misty rain in LA. And I'm going, oh, geez, what's 7 blocks? 7 blocks? Which way? That way. Huh. Nothing's working. I'm not going to be able to find my way. And they go, we'll give you a lift up there. We'll give you a ride up. Thank God they look like decent people. I mean, decent people. And I go, what's going to happen? What's the worst? Are they going to go and dump me in the river? I've got no money anyway. It was nice of them. It was very nice of them. I really appreciate them for taking me up to where the motel was. I tell you what, if we had to walk that hill that was like this, it would have killed me. Got to that hotel. I'll explain the guy what's happened. It was a Pakistani guy, so we started talking about cricket. That was it. And I go, look, I've got the money here. I can pay for the motel. And he said, but I haven't got either the deposit or the hotel. And he goes, just pay me the motel. I'll take your credit card details, your card details. If I do, if you do some damage to it, like smoking in a room, I'll take the money out. Oh, cool. Got to the airport, checked my bags in. The scales show 2 different weights, so I had to a little bit shuffle the bag. So, Pappy, if you're watching in the background, sorry, buddy, I think I must have left your mug there in LA. It's all right, I already lost my tripod in Sydney Airport. Yeah, from there I went to Ray Tammy's place, sorted out some of the mess. And I tell you what, I started relaxing. And went to go and rent a car. Of course, well, I mentioned that the rent a car issue. Had to catch a train up. Now, I'm not complaining about taking a train trip. Don't get me wrong. It's just changed my plan around like what I had in mind to do. But most of my trains that I have in models is almost like you, Anthony. I buy the trains that I've either seen on a regular basis or travelled on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do have the Crescent set, the old, the new, and the current in the middle or whatever. But I've got the full set of Crescent set. Well, that's got me on the Crescent.
Okay.
I tell you what, the car attendant, he was a rude bastard. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to shortcut.
Let's put it that way. Rude bastard.
Yeah. G'day, Bernard. I'll give him my ticket. I'm showing him my ticket. He goes, I can't bloody read that. Where you going? And of course, it's dark. I've got my glasses when I'm going to Washington. Up there, up to the left. Oh, okay. Get up and the train starts moving. He's going around. He's going to the passengers that are asleep and kicking their seats, banging up. Sleep time's over. It's wake up. This is 5:30 in the morning. And he was rude to everybody in there. They come in, get your seat, bags of seat, more people coming in, just the way he was going. Then he was getting nasty to some of the other passengers that were in. They had a couple of dogs. They weren't trouble. And he was just getting worse and worse as close as we get to Washington, particularly with one of the passengers there. It got so nasty that it almost became a fisticuff. Of course, this car attendant's gone and get the conductor. Got the conductor down. And the conductor was trying to lay down the law, and I was like, well, hang on a minute. There's more to this story than meets the eye. I don't know what happened, but government employees, I think, well, even if it was, it's not right. Moonsville Railways, how are you? Morning. Well, good evening. I have to say good evening now. It was when the main head conductor came through, I go, oi, just come here for a minute and go, that guy there has been rude since Charlotte. He's been rude to everybody. He's been abusive. He's been intimidating ever since we left Charlotte. Even when I was boarding the train, he goes, really? And they go, yeah, I haven't seen what happened, but I tell you what, I don't like his attitude. You want to look into it a little bit deeper and you want to listen to what that guy said. I haven't been there, but he's a troublemaker. Yeah, okay. Wrote it all down. Got off at Washington Station. We were far away from that guy then. He's writing up a report and he's been, g'day, Les, how are you? Send me some heat over here, please.
Hey, Les.
Marty has brought the water and he froze it up. It's getting a bit cool down here tonight. So I explained to him what happened, and he goes, yeah, I'm going to be, well, with what I mentioned to him and everything else, he says, I'm taking it further. He's going off at New York or whatnot. But his attitude, it was very uncomfortable. I ended up getting the next train from Washington up to here, went down the line. That nice, fancy, high-speed train system that Amtrak's got. The train failed. Typical Amtrak. Couldn't do 125 mile an hour. Our hotels have heaters, Artie. A little thing in the wall. Yeah, but you're not sharing a room with some other people that want a cold room. Yeah. I mean, it's no good having a room that's too hot. But yeah, it's sort of like went into limp mode. So the train's still doing 125 mile an hour. Was doing 70 mile an hour all the way to New York. We're going to give you a new engine in New York. No, they didn't swap the engines around. Same train, 70 miles an hour. We were 2 hours, just over 2 hours late getting into Springfield. Sounds like he needs. He's going to be. I think he is going to be looking for another job, Bernard. Because I tell you what, even though he had a bad day or had a bad trip, But kicking passengers at 5 o'clock or 5:30 in the morning just to make some room the way he did it, you just don't do it. It's just rude and arrogant way of doing it, especially when you're yelling at someone when they're fast asleep. But yeah, when she got up to Springfield, plumber came up and picked me up at 6:30 in the morning. I was waiting for him at the station. I've got to tell you what, Springfield Station's good. I ended up being a sort of like sophisticated hobo that locked me into the station, turned the lights on, and kept the hood on while I was waiting for plumber. So that was nice of him. So anyway, plumber and I got together. We had breakfast. We gone down to Amherst and helped his group set up for the train show. And I tell you what, I've been to train shows before around Australia and with other clubs. The way this club got together without very little delegating whatsoever. My snoring, look, it's a made-up story, Ronald. There's no video evidence of me snoring. They're just making that up.
There's no way he doesn't snore.
No. Talking in my sleep, maybe. Is my snoring? No.
Fortunately, where you're staying in our house, the person you'll be closest to has headphones, so they won't hear you.
Okay, all right.
She sleeps with headphones on.
Yeah. But the way they were organised to send this layout out, even though there was a little bit of trouble, was the measurement they gave to the organiser and the measurement that the organisers made didn't let all the modules fit in together. But hey, everything worked out fine. And today went around and we ran some trains. We've gone around seeing other people and met up the mini print booth. You call it that? Good. And I tell you what, the best part so far this weekend is meeting with everybody. G'day, Rick Bailey.
Hey, Rick.
There's another person that it would have been nice to be up here, but I'm going to see you after Anthony. So you got your warning. Alma, he brought the army with him. He brought his wife. He's brought his kids. He's got his whole gang with him. And it was great to see him. Ron Montage was there. Of course, Plumber, Sparky, all the regular gang. And then we also had Heath going around there. I've got videos of him with his contraption. Give me a date so I can take the day off. Okay, let me get to Boston and I'm going to have to work the dates because I've got to reschedule everything, okay? Rick, but it is like, I haven't got the dates on me. I will be leaving. Okay, I'll give you a rough idea, okay, Rick? Now I'm due to leave Anthony's place. You got the date there, haven't you? I'm due to leave Anthony's place on the 12th. Now, I'm not sure when I'm flying out of there or I'm going to take the train from there. From the 12th, 13th, I'm going to Plumber's place. And I say I'll come around to your place 15, 16, somewhere about there, okay? Rick? Oh, plenty of time. Yeah, it's not like I'm coming over tomorrow. I don't snore. That's a hurt of... Yeah, I don't snore either. Guess what, Artie? Yeah, thanks. Um, yeah, it will be in that week there because I'm staying with Plumber, and then we're gonna come up. I'm gonna because Joe Raider and Ray Bell's up there, so I'm gonna pop in to see them after Anthony. Then I'm gonna come up and see you because I've got to get. That will be tonight. Okay. Then after Rick's place, I'm going back down south. I'm going back down to Anthony. I mean, down to Ray and Tammy's place, Tammy and Ray's place. It's been a bit of time with them, and I've got a few more things to finish off before I go back home. Yeah, it's been a good trip. Apart from the bits and pieces, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining one single bit. I've come up here for a vacation, and as we know, with every vacation, something happens, and I've just taken it as part of an adventure.
Because when all else is said and done, you are finally out of your house.
Yes, exactly. I'm doing some things that I've always been saying I need to do this. With one of the things that went downhill, I'm now finally doing it. I don't have to worry about I still got to do this, I still got to do that. I haven't done this. I'm doing it. So at the end of the day, I am happy. I'm joyful. The best part I had today was when I went around the Mini Prince bar and people come up and said hello. That was, so far, this was the biggest highlight, meeting all you people for the first time. I mean, the real me, not the imposter on the stick, but the real me.
So you didn't shove the stick up just so people would recognize you?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. I thought you had discussed that you would have a stick shoved up so that
will be tomorrow.
People will recognize you more.
Yeah, well, that'll be tomorrow in front of the the firing squad tomorrow at about 11:45 at the Mini Prince booth. I'll be up the stick to stay still while I get twirled around and shot. So
yeah, I never even got a chance to contribute. That I need to make this. That was my idea, that we all chip in to let you have that experience, because you said you were a little tight, and I said, well, we could all chip in and have you do it anyhow. And
thank you.
Rick and other people. But I at least want credit. It was my idea. I was the one who suggested it. And then I was like, okay, somebody let me know who to give $20 to. And
thank you.
They had it already covered. They had it already covered. I was like, oh, okay.
I really thank everybody in the group. I mean, you guys have been a great bunch.
Of course, you got your luggage because of me, so that's still good.
Hey, well, thank you to that, and also the help that Dave from Crooked River, he's helped me out as well to sort out the mess, because I'll explain it to you later. Dave knows the situation. But it's heartwarming to know that we have a great community here, and thank you very much for doing that, Anthony. I really, really appreciate it. I was surprised, but it was nice. Nice to be able to just night. Tammy, I'll be up there soon. Tell Plumber to warm up the bed. That's another story. It's been fun, I tell you. I've been enjoying myself. And I tell you what, as I said, the highlight was meeting everybody in person. I've had a quick rush walk around. There's 4 buildings there in Amherst. I've only had a quick look. I haven't even had a good look around in the one where Plummer's layout is. You think out of 4 buildings you can find any deal that's got ESU Dakota for this one particular engine that I've brought over to run on the layout. It took me only about an hour and a half to find one dealer that got one. Be quiet coming back to the room. Let us all sleep before you start snoring. Okay, take your Valium, you'll be right. I am having a good time, JD. I really am. It's a great experience. I mean, without the help from 2, 3, 4 people in here, well, everybody really, it's been welcoming. I end up spending a good half an hour or so, just me and Sparky. We had a good chit chat. Ron Montage, oh man, he's a brilliant guy. I mean, he was another good chap. I mean, everybody really. Alma, he was fun to be with. I mean, we spent a bit of time. I mean, we had that much of a good time. We missed out on going to the group photo that Mini Prince and Sparky done. That's how much a good time we were having. And there's another day of it. Yeah, who knows? Apparently we're going to have snow tomorrow. Not my fault. I did not bring the snow. And as I said, and even as Tammy said, one of my biggest concerns has been with if I had the car now. G'day, Joe. How are you, buddy? I am having fun, mate. Fun.
Hello, Joe. What you know? Just got back from Buffalo.
My biggest concern was driving in snow and ice. I have not driven in snow and ice 4 or 5 years, but the thickness that you guys are getting here for a good 12 years. And after having the wreck and that and his shoulder giving me a bit of grief, I'm like, yeah. So traveling by train, I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's something you don't even think of. But, when I travel, I'll notice that after 2 shoulder surgeries, you detect certain changes in the weather. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't bring the charger down for the laptop, so I won't be on down here for too much longer. Train Man, hello, buddy. But it's been good. But as I said, I don't have to worry now. If I get tired, I don't have to worry about, oh shit, I still got another 300 miles or 200 miles to drive. The train is still going.
Right. Well, that's why Joyce and I have never rented a car in the UK or in all our trips in Germany. It's once you travel by train, it's like, oh, this is so much easier.
Well, yeah, but someone's going to miss out. And sadly, a friend of mine
traveling by car.
Yeah, sadly, my good friend down in West Virginia, Chris in West Virginia, is going to have to miss out this time. But I've got a plan in place for October. Hello, young lady. How are you?
Hiya, Artie. How are you doing?
I'm still here. I'm still alive and kicking.
That's fair.
Yeah. They haven't killed me here yet. Okay. Even though some people want to strangle me this morning. They reckon I snored louder than a jumbo jet landing.
Ooh. During the storm? Yeah.
But
that's why you're not sleeping down here. I can't have you blowing over my trains.
G'day, Papa John. How are you? Yeah, I've been enjoying myself. I really have been enjoying myself. I'm finally doing the things that I wanted to do.
Hi, Train Man.
That's good.
Because by the looks of it, I'm going in for another surgery probably about a month or so after I return back to home. So I'm clear in my mind. I've got getting a bit of an idea which way I'm going to head, and just having that time, just that relaxed time. So how was dinner? Did you actually get dinner tonight or not?
Yeah, we did. The funny thing is, I told you it'd be half an hour, and then 2 minutes later they called us up.
Oh yeah, we waited like nothing. So.
Yeah, you must have eaten pretty fast.
Yeah. Well, they just put it on a tiny little table for two, but it worked.
Well, there were only two of us, so a little table for two worked.
Yes, it did. It came free.
Yeah, we just went to it's a burger chain restaurant, Red Robin.
Yeah.
Went to Red Robin.
Okay, Grandpa Roast, what I'm planning in October is going to try the Timonian up at Baltimore, where
It's coming back in October.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Ray Bobel is. Now since Fiji Airways is doing those the price wars over the Pacific, what do they drop it down to? $1,000 and something US from Sydney to LA just to have a carry on. I mean, I just throw some clothes in the bag and that off I go. While the rest over here. That works out at the moment to about $630 US.
Oh, okay.
And that's return, not one way. That's a return flight. So, well, I might as well get ready for that, eh?
Yeah, Joyce and I paid $4,400 for our trip to Australia.
How much?
$4,400.
That's not too bad for the two of you.
Yeah. So it was $2,200 each, and that's why we elected. We wanted to go to New Zealand. We wanted to stop, but it was adding another $2,000 each just to go to $1,200 each just to go to New Zealand and then on. And that wasn't in the budget. We would love to have spent some time in New Zealand. So where originally we were looking at like a week in New Zealand and a week and a half, 2 weeks in Australia. Now it's 2.5 weeks in Australia.
Well, it's only 2 hours. It's only a 2-hour flight in New Zealand.
Well, if there's one of those $200 junket things, then we could look into it.
We can find that for you. We can discuss that when you.
But ones that are not likely to crash every third trip would be an issue too.
Yeah, no, we don't have those down in Australia. It's very rare in Australia. If you have a look at our record, which is very rare, very, very rare.
What did I see? Jean Ricard is here. Go to bed, you crazy Dane. Go to bed. It's 2 a.m., almost 3 a.m. where you're at. What are you doing up? You didn't even call me today. I felt ignored. Usually I get a Saturday call from Jean Ricard. He didn't call me today. I'm feeling jilted.
Yeah, you can do that too, Kiwi Day, but Delta doesn't
go there yet. Will I? I don't know, because I'm already having heart palpitations with the thought of that 12-hour flight across the Pacific. I am not looking forward to it.
Well, for my trip that I did across, it was smooth as silk.
It doesn't matter how smooth it is. My two train flights to Germany and back from Germany last June now were smooth as silk, and I still was it's getting worse as I get older. I just do not like being in planes.
I just saw you. That's enough, Artie, for one day. Yeah. Well, you got to put up with me again tomorrow there, Crooked. There again, Dave. But it was great to see you there, buddy. It was really good. I haven't got your message yet. I'm still waiting for it. Yeah, I've just asked you if you've got room for a mug and a blonde in your bag so you can take it with you tomorrow. I'm just trying to cut back on my suitcase weight because I'm considering about flying to your place next.
It breaks up the flight, but it doubles the cost, Kiwi Dave. Because Joyce and I looked into that, even through Fiji Airlines, because they do have a deal with Delta where our miles would have still counted with Delta.
Right, okay.
But it kept jacking up the price, and $4,400. And the only reason we could afford the $4,400 was because we still had our money from our flight to get saved, so it only cost us an additional $2,200.
I think that you'd be able to get something with Virgin Australia to get in from Sydney to New Zealand for about $200 each.
Yeah, and depending on how things work, we could do that and maybe spend 3 days over in New Zealand.
Yeah, just go to New Zealand and fly back to Sydney and then catch your flight home, you know. You probably could do that.
However, we'd work it out. But like I said, we have a lot to talk about itinerary when you get here, like what we're planning on doing. And you just said you got to get to Boston to decide how your dates are gonna, because you told us I think the 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Yeah, at this stage, that's still
because Joyce is in panic mode. She won't admit to it publicly.
Right. Okay. Well, we're on there till the 5th.
Nobody heard that. No, I didn't either. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I'll get to your place. I'll get to your place on the 9th, sometime, 9th, 10th, 11th, and I'll go on the 12th.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's only going to be a 3-day there, depending on my departure from your place on the 12th. So,
like I said, Amtrak comes in early in the morning and departs late.
Oh, that might work out good. Because
I'm going to we have 2 Amtraks a day. 2 coming in from Chicago and 2 coming in from Cleveland a day.
Yeah.
And the one coming in from Cleveland is early in the morning and later in the evening, afternoon. And going out, it's earlier in the morning and later in the evening.
Yeah, because I'm catching Capital from there into Washington from your place. I haven't done that one yet, but I will work it out.
It's not an easy one. Because we looked at taking the train. The price wasn't bad to take a train. It was $118 for economy each, for both of us. It was $118 there and $118 back, which wasn't bad because I looked at it, but Joyce had her surgery, so it wasn't going to happen anyhow.
Yeah. Those dates haven't changed. Those travel dates at this point hasn't changed. It's just that when I was going to leave your place, excuse me, I was going to West Virginia, spending a few days down there. That's not going to happen. West Virginia, that's not going to happen now. So I'll spend a few days there with Plummer and see everybody there. I've got Rick to see up there. I've got Ray Bell to see up there. I'm going to try to see Joe as well up there. And then I'm heading south because I have to sort out. I've got a few other things I've got to sort out back down to South Carolina before I go home, and it needs my attention. I already started the ball rolling before I left Tammy's place. I've got a few things in action, but I've got to do all the finalising before I head back home. I want to help Ray out a little bit on his layout. Spend a bit of time with him, and then head back home to smelly Sydney. Now, next weekend, I don't know if I am going to be streaming, unless you want to do a stream next week for me, Anthony.
I can.
Okay.
If you want to keep the streak alive.
Okay. All right. I'll prepare something before I leave from here for you, so you can have a link so you can do the show next week, because I'll be over at Mum Olsen's place. I'll be going back to the Gong. I'll be flying back home on the 26th of February. Not January. We're in January now. It's gone. I missed my flight again. I'll be home by tea time on the 28th. So yeah, it's I've got
Good night, Dave.
Yeah, all right. See you, Dave. I'm gonna have to get to bed too. And everyone that's been here at the show and everything else, been great to see you. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow again. Joe, I will make an attempt. Okay? That's all I'm going to tell you.
Well, the best thing to do is if you're going to be in that area, just try to set up one day and see who all can come. You know, it works because there's other guys that aren't too far away either.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what Joyce and I do. That's how York happened. We said we're going to be in this area at this time, and a bunch of people said we can all meet at York. And
yeah,
we met 8 or 9 YouTubers there.
Well, I've got to get this phone sorted out so I can have internet access while I'm here, because at the moment I'm restricted to limited Wi-Fi areas. But once I get this sorted out, the communication will be better. It should be sorted out Monday US time, so then we can sort the planning out. Like we'll go over to Rainbow Bell's place or something like that. I know Rick Barley's a bit further up north. Rick Barley and his Boxcar Jerry, so we'll work something out. We'll definitely work something out.
Hi, Chris.
G'day, Chris. Here's another great guy, Chris. A nice, welcoming guy. Yeah. What's his name? Lauren from what's his name? OVR Trains. Poor bugger. He had a rough trip coming down, and I think I put my foot in. You know when you put your foot into something when someone's in a bad mood, Anthony. You know we have that common thing every now and then, don't we? I did it to Lauren last night. I go, okay, I'm here for my free samples, and he goes, I'm not in the mood. Go away. Come back tomorrow. He's setting up. Hey, look, don't worry about it. Randall, don't worry. I'm not stressing over it. It's I'm starting to lose my voice. Chris came out today and apologised for him. I go, you don't have to apologise. Poor bugger had a rough trip coming into Amherst, and his car broke down. I can imagine the stress that he's been under. Nothing worse than having a car load of goodies and going to show. And did Heath upset him before me? Well, he was already upset, but I mean, yeah, I'll tell you what, Heath was good. An experience. I've actually got a video of him in action today. So even though he was on camera, I got him at work. So that's going to be in one of the Fun Day videos. I am getting clips together. As soon as I get a chance, I'll start putting things together and putting them out there. But I bet it has been, Chris, a stressful weekend.
Now, obviously, when you're a boss, and let's face it, Lauren, and I don't know the guy, and I've only watched him on Chris's channel and so forth, but seems like a brilliant guy, knows his stuff, and he's really taking OVR into great directions. But when you are in charge of all that, plus you're only in your second year of producing your own models, and then you have a breakdown getting there, obviously you're going to be stressed no matter what anyhow. I'm just hoping maybe tonight, because I just tuned in to Sparky's stream for a bit. He streamed for a bit because I've actually been working down here a lot today. And but Heath went over there a couple of times, in between Sparky, you could see he had a stack of stuff on his table early in the day, and then was it Heath, or I think it was Heath, went back later and the table was down here. So I'm hoping that meant sales were really good, and that usually can put the boss in a better mood.
It didn't look too bad for him, but he was busy. I just had a quick hello, gave him my stickers, and let him at it. You know, I came over, I said hello to him. Okay, I was a bit of a smart aleck.
Big, because I remember he's live streaming last year, and I felt the crowds looked bigger last year than this year. It felt like it looked like there were fewer people. Anybody who was actually there last year and this year, was it the same?
They were moving through waves. They've been moving through waves through the buildings. I mean, you got 4 big buildings. Yeah, Randall, don't worry about it. Don't stress, okay? I will call you soon. Don't stress. Okay. It's understanding, but I can understand with Lauren. Yes, his second year in business. I can understand it. I can feel his pain.
Mhm.
I'm sorry if I didn't make him laugh, but just tell Lauren from me, I'm thinking of him and I'm wishing him the best. I wish I could do a little bit better for him, but I'm wishing him luck. The crowds that was around his table, he's in a good spot. I hope he does well. I really, really hope he does well.
Hey, I hope everybody does well.
Yeah, me too.
I hope people find what they're looking for. I hope the dealers make well. I enjoy seeing some of these businesses just, vicariously. I love doing that because I did toy shows for 20 years and I wasn't into model train, so I tended to walk past the model train people and ignore them. I went to the other toy dealers and that to buy and sell. But yeah, I love watching these shows. I love going to those shows. Like I said, I really one of these days would like Joyce and me to hop in and go to that one because even when we're in Germany, there's never the big toy show around us, and when they're on, we can't travel. That was the big thing with going to Getz this year. We were so excited to go to Getz, and then we had to cancel because we both got sick with the sea flu.
I would definitely go. Oh, my battery's going low. I'm going to go less. Okay, but I'll definitely go again. I would definitely go to it again, possibly next year. So anyway, people with saying that it's getting close to the hour, plus my battery's saying it's about to shut down. Thank you everybody for your support, and thank you for coming in the live stream. Great to see you guys, and I'll still be there tomorrow. Everybody's have fun, stay safe, look after each other, and we'll see you guys soon. And you too, buddy. Thank you very much. We'll talk soon. When's he gonna? I will be in the gong when Anthony's there. Okay, I want to give you the dates there, Les. We'll work everything out.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Good night, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.